Chrys, you are walking down the main street in Flintbridge along the waterfront. On your way after a particularly action-packed and stressful night. It's probably getting close to about 4:30 a.m. I'd say at this point. You've just left the coterie meeting that you had that ended in some violence, and a conversation with Marlowe, which was not as uplifting as maybe it could have been, but there was good and there was bad in there, I think is the best way to say. So as you walk down the street to the meeting place, you are kind of on the side of the road, walking on the other side of the road from where you were when you came down this way with Tess, and had a little snack with that guy in the alleyway. Well, you didn't, Tess did, sorry. And you see, just off in an alleyway slightly, a figure who steps out into the light. Aiden.
Are you really... That... Okay.
Hey, Chrys.
The mask? Again?
Yeah, I changed the mask.
It's no longer an Optimus Prime helmet with a voice changer.
I got rid of the cape. I got some street armor. It's cheap.
Well, at least the cape is gone. I thought we said that you fighting crime was the police's job.
Kinda. It's different though, isn't it? It's like it's different crime.
All crime is the police's purview.
Well, they need to be better at it.
I mean it in a nice way. You're gonna die.
I'm fine. So here?
For now. What?
There is a massive gash across his eye.
Oh, God. And what is that then?
What?
On your freaking face. Like, what has gone on?
A guy hit me with his car.
With his car?
The door. Because he was
With his
driving away.
car?
Yeah. I'm fine.
I thought we're not supposed to be doing crime fighting. We're not supposed to be getting hit by cars. You're only human. You're gonna die.
What do you mean I'm only human?
Well, that's like a statement.
Did it need to be said?
You didn't need to get hit by a freaking car door, and yet here you are, fighting crime. You don't need to fight because it's police officers.
He only hit me with a car because I had him, okay? And I got the lady's purse back.
A purse is not worth your life.
But
Okay?
I didn't die. And she got her purse back. She was very happy.
You're not like Spider-Man or Batman or I don't know if Optimus does crime, but probably not. And you can't keep pretending that you are coming out at night and running around and jumping off things. And yeah, you got rid of the cape, but
Okay, shit happens every fucking night, Chrys. Nobody does anything about it.
Just because you don't see it getting sorted doesn't mean it doesn't get sorted.
That's exactly what it is. How many muggins have you seen today? How many fights have you seen today?
It's not a fair question. It's been a really long night.
It's always a really long night.
Why are you up at this time? What is...
I wanted to check this alley. Help me.
Do I recognize that we are in the alley?
Yes.
Are we near the alley?
Aiden. A man was mugged in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Earlier tonight. While you were on your patrols.
The one I saw.
Yes. You are aware that one of the people there, although they weren't directly involved, but they were with the person who mugged the poor man, was Chrys. This isn't the first time you've seen Chrys helping someone mug someone in an alleyway. You heard a Russian accent, and he was like a big guy who seemed to be friendly and know Chrys, and you're not sure, like, that time you didn't see as well. You just saw kind of like a brief scuffle in an alleyway. And you kind of put two and two together, but you were more shaken that time because you weren't expecting it to happen to Chrys. Well, it to be Chrys, and you kind of like, you didn't intervene that time. This time it was more confirmation. Let's say you were on patrol, but you were also following Chrys, and she did not notice. I may have done some secret rolls.
No, doesn't seem to notice a lot of things.
Yeah.
Come in here. Right, stand on the edge there. How far away do you reckon that lamppost is? Like 15 feet?
About that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to like underneath the lamppost. Can you see me?
You're underneath the lamppost.
Yeah, but did you tell it was me?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a light on you, Aiden. Like what?
Wait, okay. How about now?
Yeah, there's the light. It's literally a lamppost. What is the question here?
And I'll make my way back.
As you make your way back, you have something in your jacket. Top pocket. It's a wallet.
I wasn't ready for that prop. You see this?
It has no money in it.
Yeah.
Chrys, you recognize that wallet?
I tossed the wallet over.
Yeah. That's the wallet that you took off the guy that Tess fed on, and you took his money.
And I'm guessing she catches the wallet out.
Yeah. And you would not recognize it as well.
Why give me the wallet? Like, what?
Did you recognize that wallet?
I don't know. It's a wallet. Like, they'll look very similar to other wallets.
Have a look. I found that wallet on the floor in this alley
Yeah.
after you took the money out of it.
To be fair, I threw it over a hedge.
Why are you taking money out of the wallet?
Because I needed to at the time.
Well, you needed like $20.
Well, it was more than that, to be fair.
So you get this wallet. I know how you got that wallet.
Aiden.
Yeah.
You were the one who called the ambulance who picked the guy up. He had severe blood loss and was close to death. But they were lucky and they were able to save him.
There was a guy in the alley. I had to call an ambulance for him. He was fucked up. He's like bleeding, and I kind of thought he was dead, but I called the ambulance. Nah, I think they saved him.
Why would someone leave him in an alley if they didn't think he was fine?
Why would someone leave him in? What?
What if they thought he was fine and didn't need an ambulance because he was fine?
Why would they leave? Why would they leave him in an alleyway?
There is an ambiguous term. It's gender neutral. Could be anyone.
Let's just pick a gender. Female. Why would they?
Well, I'm glad to know he is fine.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Aiden.
Yeah.
There's been a rash of muggings around Flintbridge in the last 6 months or so. It started with a couple fairly notable ones and has picked up recently. From your investigations and your, let's call them beatdowns of local thugs, you're pretty sure it has something...
Investigation is fine.
Investigation. You're pretty sure it has something to do with a protection racket orchestrated by a Russian mob syndicate. Now, you haven't been able to get the name of the boss, but you think you're getting close. You have a
Is
few...
the MO of the muggings pretty much the same?
Similar. Usually the victims are what seems to be like stabbed or beaten, etc. They tend to be very roughed up and very faint. One of the things you know is it appears to be possibly like a security company or something like that, because a lot of the Russians also seem to be like door supervisors, bouncers on clubs and stuff like that, like bars, etc. You haven't been able to get that close because they're very like paranoid, but you've been trying to keep them under surveillance, and you think you might have one you can follow to like see who the big boss is.
And I haven't seen any badges or any like security names or anything like that.
No. One thing you will have noticed is that there have been instances and interactions with the police, and they have zero clue or interest. You've probably even been to the police once, maybe anonymously tipped them off, and they have no interest in it. So
you didn't hear about this guy like nearly killed in the alley?
No, I didn't hear about a guy nearly killed in that alley.
You hear about a guy who was nearly killed in an alley 2 streets down? Pretty similar.
No, I haven't heard anything about people nearly dying.
No. Or about the other week, just found the chip shop. Nothing?
I feel like there's a lot of near deaths. Maybe this area isn't as safe as I thought originally.
Yeah, maybe the police can't do fucking shit.
That doesn't mean that you have to do it, Aiden.
Who's going to do it? The Russians?
That's an odd thing to say.
Is that?
Yeah. Why would Russians chase after muggings or whatever?
I don't know. There seems to be some sort of Russian security force running around. You know, you heard of any Russians? You know any Russians?
I know lots of people.
Any particular?
This is feeling a little bit like an interrogation, Aiden.
No, I haven't touched it yet.
Just what do you want to say? Just say it. Just say it. Got an issue? Just say what it is.
Why are you attacking people in the city?
Today?
What the fuck is going on with you, Chrys?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. But there's things that I can't tell you that are involved in that stuff. It's better for us all if you don't know a lot about it.
Yeah. Is it better for that guy that you nearly killed?
What guy have I nearly killed?
In this alleyway.
Oh my god, he was fine. Okay.
He was fine because I took him to the fucking hospital, Chrys.
I checked him and he was fine.
He was bleeding out.
He wasn't bleeding instantly.
Oh, he wasn't bleeding? I thought you said he was bleeding out.
Yeah.
No, so
I thought you said he nearly bled out.
he did. He almost died of blood loss. He didn't have any wounds.
Okay. He died of like blood loss. He could have. He didn't. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
He nearly died of blood loss. It was cold.
He was fine when I left it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went to see him not even a minute after you left him and robbed him. And the other person you were with.
Why are you following me? That's creepy.
So,
How about how about that as a question?
I didn't see you for 4 years. 4 years, you just disappeared. I used to hang out, spar. Played video games.
That's not answering the question of why you were following me.
And you disappear. 4 years, roughly?
I had things to do.
Not a phone call. And you come back.
You follow me because you're like upset that I didn't call you.
Yes, that's.
That's.
You came back after 4 years. You said nothing, and we're supposed to be friends again.
I thought that friends are friendly whether or not you spend lots of time apart. I don't need to see you every single day to be friends with you. I thought.
You usually know your friends.
Yeah, well, you know me, and I know you.
Oh, I don't fucking know you. I don't think you know me. I don't think you care.
Clearly I do, or I wouldn't be telling you to, like, not go and just not have capes and not fight crime in the night.
I don't have a fucking cape.
Now, because I told you not to.
Doesn't get in the way anymore.
That's why I said it.
so I can stop people from attacking people in an alleyway.
Aiden.
Yes.
There is a specific date that is in your head, and it is 6 months ago, to the day, exactly half a year ago. One of the earlier muggings which resulted in 2 deaths.
I reach in, I pull out like a newspaper. It's like a little, really small little mention in there.
Okay.
That would make sense, right?
Yeah.
You ever read the papers?
No, because I'm not a 50-year-old man.
Some good stuff in there.
The comics?
No, current events. What's happening in the city?
What year is
6 months ago. I remember I was today. I remember reading this. It was there was another mugging.
Yeah.
Those people weren't as lucky.
What people? Like, why?
I give her the little cutout from the newspaper.
I will take it and read it.
It is the details of 2 people, a man and a woman, a bit past middle-aged, found dead in an alleyway after a mugging gone wrong. The names are Martha and Chrys Fawcett, which is Aiden's last name. And you've met them. They're Aiden's parents.
What?
And Chrys, you think back to your interactions after returning and reconnecting with Aiden. When you went to his house the first time, his younger sister answered the door. And when you went round to play games, his parents were nowhere to be seen.
This is a joke, right?
Pretty fucking shitty joker.
Aiden, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry.
Chrys, you probably realise that this line of questioning and the build-up is an investigation, because he suspects that you either might be... He probably isn't able to consider that you were the one responsible, but at least you're connected to it somehow in his head at this point.
Yeah. I wasn't around. I didn't know, Aiden. I'm so sorry.
I suppose you know nothing about this one either.
I genuinely have no idea. I didn't even know. I wasn't in Weirgate then, and I didn't know they were gone. I'm sorry, Aiden.
So, yeah, how long you been mugging people in alleys?
A little while.
Months?
I swear to you, I did not know about your parents. And I don't hurt people. I try not to hurt people.
Try not to hurt people. You swear you know nothing.
I absolutely swear, like, on everything that I am.
Like you swear you didn't know this, where this wallet came from? Like you swear this man was fine when you left him?
He was fine. I checked him. Like, if I don't know what happened, I checked him and I made sure he wasn't gonna like sick on himself and drown. I thought he was fine. Okay, I genuinely.
He didn't have too much to drink. You fucking attacked him. I saw you.
Well, you didn't see me attack him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw your group. 2 of you attack this one man. Get $20 out of his wallet. I'll leave him to die.
Didn't leave him. I don't know what you want me to say because.
So, I have a little bit for both of you here. Aiden, you're aware that Chrys is stronger than you, or at least was. You have been training. You have been fighting muggers and thugs for months now.
I fucked some people up.
Yeah. You are also aware that Chrys completely destroyed your the kind of leader of the gym where you trained, and he was an accomplished martial artist himself. Even, you know, some random dude, like, they don't have much of a chance in a fight against Chrys. Chrys is very unique in her style because she can take and adapt other people's styles to suit herself. She's very quick to learn how people move, how people throw their punches and kicks, and the number of times you've fought her, you've never beaten her. You always get back up, but you've never beaten her. And one of the things that your trainer Kalen insisted on, he was both of your trainers, was that you keep getting up and keep fighting. You know, like, he admired that kind of spirit of you. At the same time, he always paid more attention to Chrys, because Chrys was the genius, basically. She was the one who, every time she tried to learn a new martial art, it was basically effortless. Chrys, this is completely different from that, because you're aware that Aiden is close to breaking the masquerade himself, and not in a like, you know, as a kindred, you're not supposed to like tell humans, you're not supposed to tell the kind about the existence of kindred. It's very rare that someone can pierce the masquerade for themselves. I believe you know that Mac, at that time Marlowe, did it when he was investigating certain things, and it ended up in him being turned. So, just something to think as this carries on from here, for both of you, is, Chrys, you're probably going to be wanting to either fob him off or delay him. Like, these are the things that are going to be running through your mind. Mind control. Wiping his memories. Scaring him enough that he's never going to look into it again. But that's probably not going to happen given his personality. Delaying him, giving him something else to look at. Like, I mean, even a few things like flash through your head, these kind of like, given the situation, dark thoughts. You could turn him, you could ghoul him, you could force him. You know places where you can just keep him as a prisoner. You don't take them seriously, maybe, because that's not Chrys, but they do flash through your mind. Aiden, from what Chrys has said, she wasn't in the city, and that does correlate with the questions you've asked Kalen. The problem is Kalen has been fairly difficult to get a hold of. He's not in the city. He's not around at the moment. So the main worry and concern for you is whether Chrys is involved with possibly a Russian mafia gang of some kind, mugging people, or, you know, maybe giving beatdowns and collecting debts and things. You're not exactly sure what the operation is. It just appears to be intimidation and you know, beatdowns in alleyways, etc.
I probably think she's a foot soldier in this urban Russian army.
That would make sense, given what you know.
So you want to start fucking talking now?
Oh, sorry, just one extra thing.
Sheepdog, do you want to start fucking talking now,
I do want to
sheepdog?
start talking now. Hey, Chrys, the other thing you realize is the track he's on may take him to Vassia. So that's another thing to consider.
That would not be ideal.
I know what that means.
So yeah, that's something you will be very in the forefront of your mind as well. Basically, like, he and for you, Aiden, the additional thing is your current train of thought is the Russian mafia, whatever this gang is responsible for your parents' death. So that's gonna be kind of the, you know. Sorry, carry on.
I need some truth, Chrys. I need some fucking actual words coming out of your mouth that are the truth.
I wasn't in Weirgate and I had nothing to do with the parents. And I am sorry that they're gone.
Are you working for the Russians?
No, I'm not working for the Russians.
I don't believe you. I've seen you with a Russian. Pretty sure it was you.
So I know a Russian doesn't... It is just safer for you to not know what is going on, Aiden. It's safer for other people, safer for me, safer for you and your family. There's only so much that...
It's safer for my family if I know nothing about this. It was safe from 6 months ago to the day. I knew nothing about this.
You still have family. You still have Danielle.
And I gotta keep her safe.
You're not keeping her safe by going out and putting yourself in danger.
I'm not putting myself in danger.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna
you got
find
hit by
them.
a car door.
I'm still here. The guy's car door is pretty fucked up. He's not gonna be able to roll up that window.
And I'm sure he's going to cry about it for all time. Danny will cry if your face is messed up for all time.
Danny doesn't know anything.
Yeah, so when you don't come home one night, what is she going to do?
I'm gonna come
home.
home.
Have you thought about that?
I'm gonna come home every night. And I'm gonna keep coming home until I find out who's running this, Chrys. I think you know, somehow. So you're gonna have to tell me who it is?
I need a second because I'm like, oh God, you're trying to race through.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Aiden is looks like he's hopped up on adrenaline right now.
Yep.
He's not used to standing up to Chrys like this.
Chrys has had a tough night, okay?
Chrys has had Aiden's had a tough 6 months though, you know?
Did he pull someone's arm off?
No, he did attend his parents' funeral.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Everyone's arms was attached during the funeral. It was one of the requests from the family.
to home.
How far has Chrys followed through the whole like thing with his parents? Like the possibilities there.
My brain jumps to Tess and Mac, like relatively quickly.
Tess was turned
just about 7 months now, right?
Yeah, about 7 months ago. So technically speaking, possibly. And Marlowe had been turned for about a year at that point.
Okay.
No, sorry, about 6 months at that point he'd been turned. He was probably still in the... He probably had just left, actually, the place with Winnie. And Winnie would have been... like, those are the Kindred that were primarily operating, that you know, in Flintbridge and this area. So, it could have been a Kindred. It could have just been a random mugging.
Yeah, that's just doesn't know enough of the info.
It's how Batman became Batman.
It's not like she can mock him for it, is it?
No. Probably not a good idea at the current
Probably
moment.
not a good idea at this point.
Okay, let's to help out here, let's go through Chrys's thinking. Like, what's she leaning towards? What's she thinking would be the best?
She's tried to convince him to drop it. He's like, it's Aiden, he's not going to drop it.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's trying to think of what she can deflect to, maybe like a witness protection thing. That's why the police aren't making a big deal of it. But it's like, who can she blame?
You can think of at least one group of people to send him after that would probably be safe. It'll just depend how convincing you are.
The Carricks? Okay.
But to be convincing, you'll have to have a reason to know about them. For example, you're in a rival gang, like the Russians. There's no good choice here. But there are some that are less dangerous for Aiden.
Okay.
Take a moment and have a thought and see which one Chrys would like to go for and you would also like to go for. Alright. Carry on.
Look, I don't know about your parents, but I know someone who could maybe help you investigate it. I know like a lawyer as well. You could probably.
I don't need a fucking lawyer.
What?
I need information.
Yeah, I know a private investigator guy, and then lawyers can get info from the police that you might not be able to get on your own.
Okay. How about you tell me what you know?
I don't know anything. I suspect.
Who are the Russians? I've seen them all over.
Yeah, I know some. Look, we had some issues with some guys who were like kidnapping people and like messing around in Flintbridge and
Chrys,
around the city.
Just very quickly, roll me an intelligence streetwise.
Ooh. Okay. I was just gonna see if I had any extra bonuses, but I
don't believe you do. You have one reroll for the session if you'd like to use that one dice. Okay. I don't believe your contact is like one of your contacts is the pawnbroker guy. I can't remember his name.
No, Mr. Hung.
Mr.
No.
Hung.
No, mine's Jezebel.
Jezebel, yeah. You could, of those two, I'll give you this. You could maybe imply that you work through Jezebel. And you contract as opposed to work directly for them. So you could maybe offer to look into it and get back to him or something. Who knows whether he'll take it, but it would kind of distance you from the Russian connection a little bit.
Yeah, that plays into what I was sort of planning on going with it as well. This group, yeah, I had to. They took someone that I needed to find, and I ended up, getting connected with some Russians through Jezebel, and they were helping me with a problem, and sometimes I helped them with a problem. But
whoa, who's Jezebel?
She is someone I know. She's she owns a pub over the river.
The Clarabelle.
I know, I don't want to say necessarily.
What pub?
That is fair enough.
And we're still trying to find some people that were taken, but it's
She
getting
knows
messy.
the Russians?
She put me in contact with
You know the Russians. You're in contact with the Russians.
some of them. They've helped me with
Where
some
do they
things.
work?
What?
Where do they work out of?
I don't know.
Where's
I
their
don't know.
base?
I don't know.
They have safe houses?
I don't know.
What's the name of their corporation, their company?
I don't know. The Russians?
Bullshit.
I don't know what they're called. They're the Russians. I asked it, like, if I need to talk to someone, I ask and I get put in. It's like a string thing.
And you met them?
Oh yeah, I've
And
met.
they got uniforms?
No.
They have uniforms, right, Sheepy? I've seen them with uniforms.
They got like security. If they're working on the door, they have
They got
security
security.
uniforms. But out when you've seen them out in the street, no.
You've never seen them with uniforms on, badges, anything.
I don't know. Like, if they're undercover and or if they're working a normal job, I don't know what they do.
Undercover? What the fuck do they do?
I don't know their whole operation. I only know them for what I need help with. I needed to find some of the Carricks, and I still need to find out where these kidnapped people are. And yeah, it's not safe for any of us. And I don't.
Shit.
And I'm trying to be as safe as I can and not involve other people that don't need to be involved.
I'm already fucking involved, Chrys. I know what the Russians do. I pull up my phone. I've got like some of the pictures that they've like been in the press, and maybe some I found online and stuff.
Yeah.
This is what they do. That guy?
I don't think Chrys has seen these.
Well, yeah.
Chrys has not been paying attention to the news and things like that. She has been focused on her own things and avoiding her own things.
And those are. Do they look like? Describe them to Chrys.
So, some of them are shots of alleyways of like, just you can guess at what they are. They aren't clear enough to be like, oh look, it's a vampire sinking their teeth into someone's neck. But it's very clearly like, to anyone across the road on a rooftop, it looks like a mugging or you know, similar type thing, or maybe like a beatdown,
mugging.
Yeah, all that type of thing. And there have been a couple of reports of like muggings increasing and this type of thing. No allusions to Russians in that, but
I think Aiden's drawing
he's drawing the
conclusions from everything he
conclusion,
knows.
Yeah. To Aiden, this is more of like a conspiracy almost, and you know, think like
kind of is.
Yeah, it is. And that's why he's drawing that thing, because that's how it seems. But think like Daredevil or like Spider-Man. You know, like the kind of image he has is of this like shadowy network of you know, criminal organization. So, and again, it's not entirely untrue. It's just unfortunate that he's got this far.
Yes,
well, they
quite
do.
close.
This is what you do for them?
I ask questions about specific things. Like I don't try
What
and hurt
questions you
people.
asked that guy in this alleyway?
We needed to find out some info about the Carricks. Like I said, that's what we've been trying to find out where the people they kidnapped are.
So this guy worked for the Carrick? With a Carrick?
I've told you too much about them already.
You told me fuck all. What about Jezebel? Was that the one? What about Jezebel? Which pub was her base? What is she working out of? How is she connected with both?
I don't know how she knows everyone. You can't go at her. She might be able to help you. I can speak to her about it and see.
Just tell me where she is. I'll find her.
Her pub is across the river in Sunnytown. I know.
You work for the Russians, yeah? Let me just.
I don't work for the Russians.
Just said you did stuff for the Russians.
They helped me out with something. I helped them out with something. We're trying to figure out, you know, it
What did you help them out with?
One of their guys was new to the city, and I had to, you know, take him around. Make sure he
sightseeing. You're a fucking tour guide. Do I look like a fucking Muppet?
I didn't say I was a tour guide. I said I took it. You keep interrupting. To be fair, Aiden. How am I supposed to tell you?
Because you're not telling me fucking anything. You're telling me half a sentence here, half a sentence there.
Chrys, can you roll me a... It's not a frenzy, but let's go with a frenzy check.
Oh, God. Okay.
I meant to ask, although I think I know the answer. Obviously, I've used some willpower in the main session, and I haven't ticked them back up. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Balls. Okay.
However, you don't have the Wolverine willpower, which you were on before. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. And then my humanity input value is not the same as what it is in my sheet. So should I just change that?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That is not a crit, but 5 successes. You are managing to stay in control of your temper, which is good. I mean, you wouldn't have like frenzied or anything. You're not in that kind of angry place, but you are not in a great place currently. So
it's been quite a day.
It has been quite a day.
It's been a long day. No, Ada, I know you have a lot of questions, and I don't have all the answers.
You have some answers. You have some answers that I want.
If this is all about your parents, I mean, I can help you look into that, but I can't help you with the Russians. I can't. I can say I can look into it, but I think
Why wouldn't you tell me?
It's not your information to know. I can tell you that. They weren't here. They weren't here, you know, as far as I know, 6 months ago. And the Carricks were.
That's bullshit. Or do I know that that's suspect?
You do not know enough about their operations to be sure. You didn't start
How long have I
looking
known about the Russians?
a few months.
2 months. Okay.
Yeah, it was something that you started off basically dealing with muggings, like that was how you dealt with their death, and it made you feel better. And then you started to uncover as you kept going, like this what seems to be some form of conspiracy or whatever. Started looking into it, and you made the connection. I will also say, Aiden, please roll me 4d10.
I know Chrys isn't doing a great job, but I'm really trying.
I know.
6. I don't know what you're asking for. So
It's basically in Vampire the Masquerade. When you roll a d10, 6s and above are successes. So you rolled 1 success. Ultimately, what this means is you are not getting enough of what you're wanting from Chrys, which is like a direction, some like you
name, something.
And please correct me if I'm wrong here, but you believe her in terms of like she's not directly connected, but you think she knows more than she's letting on.
Oh yeah,
You
I definitely.
You want some kind of avenue.
I don't think Aiden thinks that she isn't telling him everything she knows.
Yeah.
He knows she isn't. They're probably close enough.
Yeah.
For that.
And she's not an amazing liar anyway.
No.
And also like I think Aiden wants to do this himself. It's not like because if Chrys came in and then just kicked everyone's ass and found out that he doesn't want that, he wants to do something for himself. So, translate this how you want, but I think Aiden's had enough, and he's gonna go off and do his own. He's like, you know, you're not helping me. I'm done. I'm going back out on the street.
No, she's trying to pepper in some names.
I know, but
that's everything that you know. Everything you're going to give me.
I can only probably think it's the Carricks, and I can dig into it more. Which is why I spoke to Jesse in the first place. So why I've ended up with the Russians.
A pub and a group. I know fuck all about the Russians, and you know about the Russians.
They're not good people.
For them. Not Mary fucking Poppins.
None of us are. Not
a fucking child.
You're acting like a child sometimes. I'm trying to help you. I know I've kept secrets and I haven't been available, and it must have been horrible. But I don't want you to get hurt, Aiden. In fact, I don't know what you want me to say.
I want you to tell me fucking everything.
I can't.
I don't know how you're connected. I don't know what the fuck this new group has got to do with anything. I've never even fucking heard of them. You'll throw me out like a fucking bone.
I know the Russians have been looking into them too. I know that they have I don't know. I don't ask them everything. I know the Carricks disappeared people. I know they have been around the city and they're like into crime. I know they're involved in a lot of shit.
Give me one thing they've been involved in.
Kidnappings.
One thing I'd know about.
Murder.
These alleyways?
Yeah. I don't know if they're in these alleyways. I don't know everything. I only know bits, which is why I'm still looking into it. But I have other things going on as well. Like, I don't spend all my time chasing this up. Now I know about your parents, and yeah, I'm gonna look into it more. I can't promise you I'm gonna know anything, but
Parker,
didn't-
you look into it. All right, you look into it. We're gonna do something about it. If it comes back to you,
Well, it won't, so.
Aiden,
you better not.
I think you've had enough, and you're done.
Just because you knocked me down doesn't mean you beat me. There's only one way. There's only one way.
And Aiden storms off.
Take a sigh in the middle of the alleyway.
Yeah. You want a frenzy roll? Because I feel like Chrys's kind of... that end was frustrating.
Mhm.
Okay.
4 out of 7.
It's a success. You don't have to, but if you wanna... You got like...
Nowhere is good for her right now.
Well, I was gonna say, you've got like an hour or two. But you probably got
Yeah.
2 hours till sunup. And things are simpler as a Wolverine. The animalistic essence, the way you think, like, emotions aren't the same. There's more hunger, but there's less pain. If you want, you could run and get back into the woods and shift in and just go for a run, go for a hunt, just do, you could tear apart the forest.
I think she'll do that, but she might cross over the river.
To the wilds.
Not necessarily quite in there, but like that direction for sure.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to be near anyone. She knows.
Yep.
Right.
So, Chrys watches Aiden go.
I'll do a rouse check.
Okay. Chrys watches Aiden go. Probably after he's stormed off round a corner, just one tear of blood trickles down the side of her cheek. And then she turns and takes off, running to begin with like a human, like not too fast. But then as she gets away from the main street, she keeps going towards the woods, she picks up speed, and then once she hits the woods, she just jumps forward and shifts instantly. This large Wolverine, like, kicking up dirt as with her claws as she like tears through the forest, gets to the river, just jumps and like smashes into the river, paddles across, and then she's up the other side shaking herself off, water flying, and then just into the woods.